Hi y'all, thanks for joining me for another What's for Dinner. This week we're going to have 7-layer salad, chicken quesadillas, and Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes. You guys, this week I'm doing a collaboration with Jess and the boys, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss her channel, so hop over when you're done with this video, click subscribe, and hit that bell on her channel so you don't miss any of her upcoming videos. And Jess, I appreciate the collaboration. You're great and a beautiful girl. Thanks again, hon. Now to start off, here's the 7-layer salad. Thanks for joining me, y'all. For this recipe, you're going to need some cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomatoes. I'm doing 6 eggs, 4 or 5 green onions, bacon, and some green peas. Okay, I've already got my bacon in the oven. My eggs are on the stove, and now I'm just going to go ahead and chop up this lettuce. Now to make 7-layer salad, it's pretty easy. You can put whatever ingredients you want in yours, but we just mainly do these ingredients just because that's the basics, and I like to keep it pretty simple. Now here I'm just chopping it, nothing spectacular. But with the peas, I don't ever use canned peas in my 7-layer salad, like ever, because they have a totally different flavor and they are mushier. Now with the peas, you want them to actually be a firmer pea, so you can actually use fresh garden peas or frozen peas is what I normally use. Okay, we're going to start off with the lettuce. Let me turn my timer off here. Get my eggs off of the burner until I'm ready to get them peeled. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some of these prepped up here. Probably better not put that on there because I don't want to get it dirty. And no, I shouldn't be cutting on the table, but for time's sake, I will today. I'm not going to score it or anything, so it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and get these prepped up here. And then we'll be back in just a minute. Now here, all I'm doing is I'm quartering the cherry tomatoes, and then I'm just dicing up the green onion, and then I will start with the eggs. And it's super simple, easy recipe to make, but I'm telling you, it's super delicious, and you guys are definitely going to want to make this. If you do, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, I've got everything chopped up. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put everything together. Now if you guys have a glass bowl, something that you can see through, this here is really good for family get-togethers, things like that. And then you can make it really pretty, like do different layers of stuff, and then you can actually see through the glass to see it. It's really pretty, but I don't have a glass bowl like that. I have a smaller one, and it's really not enough to hold anything really. But I just, whenever I'm doing it for a meal, I just try to make sure everything is layered out pretty good. That way, pretty much get something, you know, out of every layer when you dish it out. Oh. Now I start with the lettuce, then I go tomatoes, then the eggs, and then the green onions. After the green onions, or well, let's get to that point anyway. Go ahead and do the green onions. And I've already thawed out my peas, so they're ready to go. I just got to cut it open and put them in there. And I just drizzle them all the way on the top. Just try to get them, you know, kind of evened a little bit. Then the bacon, and this is kind of hot, so if you hear me squeal, it's because I burnt myself. Well, it's cooled down enough to where I can crunch it up. But I just took this out of the oven. It's pretty crispy, so that's a good thing. I've already took a paper towel and blotted it, but I do have it on the rack, so most of the grease drips off of it anyway. And like I said, you guys, this here is good for any kind of a picnic or an outing or anything. This can be made a day or two ahead of time. And then if you are having it for some kind of a family get-together and you want to show off your artwork, you can put it in a glass bowl. And the layers will, you can see the layers through it. I don't think I got all my bacon crispy, so I probably won't be using all of it. for this dish anyway. I'll just go ahead and crunch up what'll crunch up and layer it around. And I'll just finish baking what's not actually crispy and get it going again. For a different meal, and I may just go ahead and freeze it after it's done. That way I have them on hand for when I need bacon bits. And I'm going to wash my hands really quick and I'll be right back. Now I did goof a little bit, but that's okay. It'll still turn out the same. Like I said, you're not going to see it in this bowl anyway. But I should have waited until after the cheese to put the peas on, which is normally what I do. But that's okay. And then I just take and put a couple handfuls of the shredded cheddar on top of the salad. And then you guys can use whatever salad dressing that you want. But today we're going to use ranch. My mother-in-law makes a really good homemade salad dressing. It is really good, but I haven't mastered that yet, so we're going to use the bottled ranch. And then I'm just going to drizzle that on the top. And then I'm going to cover this with plastic and put it in the fridge. It'll be good for dinner. Thanks for watching, guys. Now this is a super and easy chicken quesadilla. Okay, for this recipe you're going to need some shredded chicken. I just did some chicken breasts in the oven and with some Cajun seasoning, and I just shredded it all up in here. Some tortillas, cheddar cheese, some salsa, and some sour cream, but I just don't have it out on the table. Okay guys, this year I am going to be doing some chicken quesadillas for supper tonight, and I'm going to be doing some meal prep at the same time. So all I'm doing here is I just took 4 chicken breasts and I butterflied them, cut them in half here, and then now I'm just going to season them with some Creole seasoning, and then I'm going to bake them just to give them a little bit of a kick when they're done. So now I'm going to bake these, and I'm going to bake these on a tray that I just did some bacon on. I think that might actually enhance the flavor a little bit. What do you think? Let me know. But anyhow, I'm going to get these in the oven and get them baked up, and then I'll be back while I'm getting ready to do the quesadillas. Now here, I'm just going to start off with tortilla shells. Lay them down side by side. I'm going to add a little bit of cheese on each side, just as some glue to kind of hold it together here. I think I got my skillet a little bit too hot, but I just turned it down, so hopefully it'll cool off a little bit. We'll add some chicken to each one. And then a little bit more cheese on the top. And we're going to fold them up. Smash them down just a little bit. And then we're going to let them sit for a couple minutes, and then we'll flip them over and let them brown on each side. This is a Philly cheesesteak sloppy joe, and you guys, I'm going to leave the link to Kiwanna's kitchen down in the description box because she has a great recipe for this, and you guys, it really is good. For this recipe, you're going to need some mozzarella cheese, a green bell pepper, an onion, some hamburger buns, and about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cook all 3 pounds of this hamburger, and I'm going to separate it into 3 different meals. 1 pound will be for this Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes, and then 2 of the other pounds will be put into the freezer for future meal preps. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper and let this cook down. So now while the hamburger is cooking, I'm just going to go ahead and chop these bell peppers and this onion up, and I will put half of each into freezer bags for future meals. Now once the hamburger is finished, I'm going to take out about 2/3, put it into a bowl with a paper towel so it'll drain the grease so I can get them ready for the freezer. With the rest of the hamburger, I'm going to add in the green peppers and the onions, some steak seasoning, some salt and pepper, and I'm going to let that saute for probably another 10 to 15 minutes until them are completely done. Now once that's done, I'm just going to add in about 2 handfuls of shredded mozzarella cheese, put the lid on it, and let that melt. approximately 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm going to stir it up really good, and then it's ready to plate. You guys, this turned out really good, and I hope you guys really do enjoy this recipe. If you do, let me know in the comments below.